Some election news now. The ANC's NEC has kicked off a week of campaigning in KwaZulu Natal ahead of the general elections later this month. And SABC News reporter Simphiwe Makhanya caught up with the governing party's national spokesperson, Mutsiri.
People expect more from the ANC because they trust the ANC. And we aim to do much more. And that is why our campaign slogan says, let's do more together and vote ANC, because we must complete the historical task that was entrusted to us by the people of South Africa in 1994, and we're committed to doing so. Of course, we also enjoy the benefit of being the only party with the experience of governing a country, which is a tough experience that you have to acquire over time. We bring that experience. We don't speak about things that we have not tested ourselves, whether it's plans, whether it's policies, whether it's programs. And of course, in relation to the jobs plan, our first priority in the manifesto, it says, let's put South Africa to work. And we highlight the number of interventions that we're going to be putting out, building on what's already been done by the incumbent administration, the 6th administration. And we talk about, for example, the stimulus package. We talk there about expanding public sector-led employment interventions, your EPWPs, whose tenure of about 30 years has just been celebrated about 2 weeks ago. So enabling government to also create or stimulate a job creation environment, but a strong social compact with the private sector, ensuring that the private sector is made accountable to help create jobs, because it cannot be done by government alone.
All right, let's stay with this particular story now and speak to Simphiwe Makhanya, who you saw there was in conversation with the spokesperson of the ANC a little later on. Simphiwe, thank you so much for your time. I mean, this is quite a significant time, especially for the battleground that is known as the province of KwaZulu Natal. What has the ANC planned for the week?
Well, indeed, Debongewe, it's a crucial visit ahead of the elections that are going to be held in the country on the 29th of May, as it is. As you have reported in your introduction, earlier on today, we saw the president of the ANC leading that extended meeting that is currently held by the party. All this in preparation of the deployment of those NEC members that are going to be canvassing for votes across the province of KwaZulu Natal. A very crucial, province for the ANC nationally. If you look, Bonge, at the fact that the province has over 5.7 million registered voters, and the ANC has been on record saying that this is going to deploy all of its election machinery and resources in ensuring that it retains power in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. Highly contested province. If you look also at the performance of the Inkatha Freedom Party, which has been doing fairly well in the recent by-elections, after, of course, snatching about 17 wards from the ANC, and also the emergence of Umkhonto Wesizwe, which is now a party that is led by the ANC's former ANC president, who hails from this province of KwaZulu-Natal. That's Mr. Jacob Zuma. As you have indicated there in your introduction, Bonge, with that earlier on, we did have an opportunity to speak to the party's national spokesperson, that's Ms. Mutsiri, to just get a sense of the importance of the ANC's visit here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. Let's take a listen to what she had to say about that.
Our structures in this province, wall to wall, VD to VD, from the north of KZN all the way to the south, which is where we are, from the west to the east. The ANC's presence is being felt without a doubt. Our campaign is visible. We probably are the only party that is visible on the ground. I don't know how your viewers will reflect on that. So our campaign is strong. The coming in of the National Executive Committee and the massive army of the NEC, joined by the leadership of the various leagues and other constitutional organs of the ANC, the coming in of our alliance partners to KZN is to fortify and strengthen the work that is already being done by our structures in the province. So we are here for the longest time. It's about 7 days. Others are going to be staying on longer. It's a very massive deployment schedule. We are going to be in different parts of the province. All of us are deployed. All of us have got to go and interact with our support base. All of us must interact with South African people who live in this wonderful province.
Well, Bongewa, we did also engage the party's national spokesperson, that's Ms. Bengu, regarding the ongoing issues which pertain to the former President Jacob Zuma, and this was about really the disciplinary hearing that was initially scheduled for him, which was supposed to take place tomorrow on Tuesday. But of course, the party's Secretary General Fikile Mbalula, during a media briefing this past weekend, saying that the party has now decided to postpone this particular, disciplinary hearing because of the fear of safety around the area which it was going to be held in. Of course, that the ANC had suggested that this particular disciplinary hearing be held at the Rutuli House, where former President Jacob Zuma did, in fact, say that he was going to physically attend this particular disciplinary hearing. And of course, we had members of the MK party saying that they will be accompanying the former president to that particular, a disciplinary hearing. But of course, the party saying that it now feels that it's not going to be a safe space for all the people around the area. So they've decided now to then, postpone this disciplinary hearing until after, the elections in May. Let's now listen to the party spokesperson with regards to that particular decision.
It's not the decision of the SG. The SG works as part of a collective. Sure. It's a decision of the national officials who are entrusted with the responsibility.
He communicated the decision, sorry. Yeah.
He communicated the decision. And of course, a number of considerations were made, including the security assessment report that we received, and therefore that call had to be made. Comrade Mbeki is right. There is nothing that stops the ANC from concluding this matter. But at the same time, we have to take into account security considerations for the hearing that was meant to take place on Tuesday.
All right, that's Simphiwe Makhanya. They're wrapping the week-long program. And of course, the ANC saying that maybe more, some of those that are being deployed to the province will stay on a little longer. So Simphiwe, of course, we will monitor this through your eyes as you crisscross the province, going to some of those particular events. That's Simphiwe Makhanya there, my colleague.